So today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday evening, actually. And I've been having an okay day. The last couple days have been going pretty fine, okay, um, especially work-wise. And it's really been due to my change in mindset. I haven't had any meltdowns, as I like to call them, when I freak out, when I have to do something that I don't want to do at work, and I have to battle myself internally and say, do I want to do this? I don't want to do this, but I know I have to because I'm working and all this other stuff. So I've changed my mindset so I don't have to have these meltdowns, have these internal dialogues of, I know I am agreeing to work, but I don't want to work. So that's something that I've been going through for the last couple of days, and it hasn't been as painful as it normally is, which is so helpful and so amazing. But I mean, I'm still kind of blah. I'm still tired. I'm still in the state of I have to do a lot of, I still spend most of my day drained of energy. So work has gotten me still drained, even though at the moment I'm doing reduced hours at work due to my mom, still helping to care for my mom. But even that, it's just too much. Anything related to work, I'm just not into right now. So there are a couple of things that I have been doing to help with my new mindset when it relates to work. So I would definitely share that because I'm noticing I need to write things down, or I need to do some type of recording to help me remember, because I get into sometimes I get into this state of sadness or feeling down or feeling low, and I forget that I have the skills to change my mindset and have a more positive mental state. So this is going to be like a list of things that I would no longer do at work because I need to figure out how to make it through the next couple of months before I actually quit my job. So, number one. First thing is I am not putting all of my time and energy into my job. So that means for me, I will definitely work within my work schedule. If I have to work from 8:30 to 1 o'clock that day, I'm going to make sure I work from 8:30 to 1 o'clock that day. If I need to take a break because I have allotted breaks as a full-time employee, I need to take my allotted breaks. My lunch break, those other 2 breaks that you get, or however you like to split them up. I notice that I do put a lot of energy into my job. And that is a normal thing to do. But for somebody who, like me, who's is very drained by it, very unmotivated and uninterested. And frankly, I don't feel like I'm that good at my job. I put a lot of effort in just to have the same result that I always do every time I do the same task. So let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Let's not try to expend more energy. What you're getting out from your result, that is no longer for me. So The second thing I will no longer do at work is if I start to feel stressed and anxious about completing a task, I will stop and take a break and walk away, because it has caused me more pain and harm trying to force myself to push through finishing a task. There's so many responsibilities and so many tasks that I've pushed through that it's ridiculous. That's been about 60 to 70% of my job so far. Like around 60% of the time I'm working, I'm stressed about doing a task, mostly because I don't want to do it, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get to the end result. And I just like push through. I'm like, you have to do this because you're wasting time just having this internal dialogue with yourself and just procrastinating on not doing a task. So you just might as well do it now. And then when I start doing it, start having anxiety and I start getting extremely overwhelmed. So I need to step away and take a break when that happens. I don't do that enough. That's something I know I need to do, and no matter how much I tell myself to do it, it's very hard to do. But I'm trying to make sure I do it from now on. It's going to be difficult. Like I said, I've done it before, but I'm never consistent on it. That's the problem. So I'm trying to be consistent so I can no longer do the things that cause me to either feel very stressed at work or have a mini meltdown or panic attack. So number 3, things that I would no longer do at work is if I need extra time in the morning before I start my work day, then I need to take it. That's something that I felt like I could not do for many years. Now that I am working remotely every single day for the last month, I've had the flexibility to have a later start to my morning, and it's been helping out significantly. So when I go back to doing my hybrid days, that will be a little bit more difficult, but I will do my best to be flexible and try to make it work, because I know when I start my work day, I don't immediately start working. It does take me a while to actually start doing or continuing a task. I have to have some type of warm beverage in the morning, and then I need to review everything that I have to do, either something I didn't finish, or I have to check emails, or I have to make sure like there are notes that are correctly taken. So like doing all that, it takes about 45 minutes before I actually start trying to work on something. So me trying to intentionally have a slower start to my morning can probably help me not feel as anxious and stressed. And like a slower start in the morning to me means not having to wake up immediately after my alarm goes off, or even waking up 30 minutes later and not immediately having to jump out of the bed and like feeling like rushed and feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to wash my face, brush my teeth, make food, eat breakfast, do all these things in the morning when I don't like to move that quickly. I'm not a fast mover in the morning. Like I like to gingerly wake up once I open my eyes in the morning, but I don't have that freedom. So I'm trying to do that now. Essentially, these three things that I no longer do at work are things that I would like to do or have in the future. So I'm trying to embody it now, hoping that in the future I will actually be living this way or living this life, especially with like taking extra time in the morning, because that has been my dream since I was in like middle school, and I don't regularly get that opportunity to do that. So I'm taking advantage now. Might as well. I am trying to permanently change my mindset and permanently change my life to something that brings me joy and happiness. So let's start with the little things first. So you want to know why I feel a little bit better the last couple of days? So I've been listening to a few podcasts, and it's been really been speaking to my soul, speaking to my heart. So the podcasts are about astrology and spirituality. Specifically, one that I've been listening to has to do with human design. And human design is something it's something I discovered in 2024, just last year. And when I looked up my human design chart, it really resonated with me because a lot of the frustration and the issues and obstacles I've been experiencing in life, it was pretty much laid out there on my chart. So I was like, okay, that makes sense, because if I feel frustrated doing this is why. And that's exactly what I've been saying to myself internally for months. So it was like, it just kind of clicked for me. And so I've been listening to pretty much podcasts to help me really align with my like life purpose, and kind of find who I am again, like trying to find myself, because I'm really trying to just find joy in my life. I've experienced it before and it felt fantastic. So of course I want to experience it again, and haven't experienced it in like several years. So I'm really missing it. And if it's something that I know I've done before, experienced before, and I like it, I want to do it again. And it's like no matter what I try, I can't get back to it. I have very tiny spurts of happiness and joy, but they will last barely a day, at best like 3 hours. And it's very infrequent. So it's not even like consistent enough that it's like once a week. It's like happens just sporadically. So I'm just trying to find something that brings me joy, and like learning more about how I think and how I operate and why I feel what I feel and I think what I think really helps me to understand who I am and brings more awareness to myself. And also finding my life purpose is something that I've been trying to do since I was like a teenager. Like for part of my childhood, I was like, I know I'm here for a reason. I have to be on this planet for a reason. Like, I'm just not going to just live my life just doing everyday mundane things and then that's just life. That I've never thought that. So find my life purpose has been my goal. I feel like I have some type of idea of what my life purpose is. It's not really flushed out and like full thought. Like I have some type of idea of like why I feel what I feel and why I make the decisions that I do. So, but just learning more about my human design chart, learning more about spirituality is like something that really interests me, especially since I am a mindfulness and spiritual coach, and that is my like long-term career plans right now is coaching people and teaching them about pretty much just the things that help people to be people, help people be happier and like find joy and find things that interest them, like hobbies or like even a career that they're like people have natural talents, and finding a career that aligns with that, like I think that's golden. I wish I could do that. I honestly spent all of my adulthood suppressing my innate natural talent. And it's like I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny because it's kind of sad. I have suppressed my natural talents and like totally went off in a direction of where I am now of doing my job of accounting and finance when I really should be on this other side doing something that's a little bit more creative. And it's taken me about, I think I've been working for like 10, wait, no, not 10, over 10 years. I've been working for like 14 years in a full-time job, like a 9 to 5 job. And all these years, like I know that corporate life was not for me. I've known that immediately. And since I discovered that, I've been trying to find a way to get out. And like I am every year, it gets more and more painful. So I can see why I feel like this right now. I can see why my job stresses me out and why my job is very boring to me right now, because I am going in one direction when I really need to go in another direction. It's a lot of people have this experience and sometimes they're okay with it, but my body is like physically rejecting this experience that I'm going through right now. So that is something profound. And it's actually, it causes me more stress than relief, because I know I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. And it's very, very hard to get out this cycle of like going to work, doing this, doing that, and then going to sleep, and then going to work, doing this, doing that, going to sleep, going to work. It's a hard cycle to get out of when you've been doing it for like over 10 years and you have been making plans to do something else, but like every plan that you make, it kind of keeps you on the same path, and you don't know what else step to take, or you don't know what else direction to go in or decision to make, because every decision you made so far is leading you in the same direction, and you're trying to go one direction when you keep going to this other direction. So it's been hard and it's been challenging, because I know where I want to go, and it's very hard to get there. I just feel like I have to completely drop everything in my life currently and just start anew. I know that's not like a thing that can really happen for a lot of people. I don't think it could happen to me. I feel like I have the flexibility to do it, but is it really possible for me to do it? I don't know, but I'm trying to make some bold steps to try something different, because Every decision I made so far is taking me just further and further down this path, and I don't want to be down that path. And it's stressing me out. It's making me have like less confidence in making decisions. I'm really questioning myself. Like, do I need to keep doing this? Should I be the decision maker of my own life? Because I'm not I'm not doing that great of a job if I have to give it a score. But I'm doing the best I can. Step one is being aware. Is awareness that you are doing something that you don't want to do. Step two is, I don't know what step two is, but I know I got step one down. Step two is trying to figure out how to make a change. And that's where I'm at right now. So I need to figure out how to make a change. I can't remember how I started this video, but I'm going to leave it right there because I think I am out of words. So that is it.